What's going on, guys? Welcome to Mikeybalzz Fishing. You hear the road back there. We're actually headed to GTO, Guntersville Tackle and Outdoors. We're gonna go out on Lake Guntersville. It's the afternoon. Gonna kind of go out and just screw around a little bit, have some fun. But I figured it'd be a good idea. We know Paul here. Paul's the owner of GTO. Awesome freaking tackle shop. But we're gonna stop by Paul and kind of get a little fishing report, see how things are fishing, what we should have on the boat, what we should have rigged up, and just get a feel for what the lake's doing right now. All right. I think we're gonna need some of these. Hey guys, we finally caught up with Paul. What's going on, man?
Not a thing.
Paul is the owner of GTO, and like I said, we're stopping in because Paul owns GTO, but he also knows the lake really well. So Paul, I've been struggling a little bit on the lake, so I need kind of like a winter fishing report, like what's going on, and let's talk about some of the baits that I should be using when I get out there. All right. So what's kind of happening with the lake right now?
Right now, the shad are just abundant. They are moving up in the pockets. Fish your ditches that going up into your pockets. You can fish them with an A-rig, you can fish them with a jig, chatterbait, all three of those. If they're not out sitting in 10 foot of water, throw into the break, move on shallow, check it out, just keep moving, and once you catch them, stop, then you can catch them. As you can see, I'm going to show you right down here about our A-rigs. The A-rig bite has been going on now for quite some time. You can see we're sort of knocked down with A-rigs. They're using the small ones, they're using the ones with the spinners on them. You can see those. You can see the swim baits we're using is the small little spankies. You can go with the dinner minnows, and then you've got a whole selection down through here. If you don't like either one of them, we should have something that you like. Let me show you the chatterbaits. That's another good thing. Your shad color chatterbaits is what you want to come in on. You can see that they've knocked us out pretty good on these, even the jackhammers. There's some we can't have. I heard a good report on Thunder Cricket yesterday. Thunder Cricket has a tighter wobble than what your jackhammer has, and that's what they wanted yesterday.
You ran through that fishing report so quick, dude. I got some questions actually. So we were talking about the A-rig. What size jig heads do you generally put on that? Because I'm kind of playing with that right now, and I'm playing between like an 1/8 and a 1/4, and I'm mixing it up. If I'm coming out here just as a general angler, what size jig head should I have strapped on there?
3/16.
3/16
is very good. That's for your ditches going up into the pockets. Now, if you go any shallower, you might want to go with 1/16.
Really?
Yes. So we were using the 3/16 the other day at the high school tournament with 12-year-old kids, and they was wearing them out.
So that's my one question. The other one, we're talking about these chatterbaits, and we kind of touched on swim baits and stuff.
Yes.
When it comes to these chatterbaits, like I like throwing like an easy swimmer, like a Gambler Easy Swimmer, or it's a burner crawl, so it's got the little flappers on it. Are those good trailers for these chatterbaits? Or
yes.
What kind of, and the other thing, what color are you looking for with these guys?
You're looking for the shad colors. That is excellent trailers for them. You can get your small swim baits, whether it be Gambler. Gambler's a real good choice that you can use. Just put it on there. Pull it up, let it fall. Pull it up, let it fall.
You're not even reeling it. You're almost just stroking it back all the way?
Not really a stroke, just an easy pull up and let it just touch the top of the grass and then come back up with it. Yes,
you know, it's funny you say that because I noticed that with fishing a trap last year. You know, we rip a lot of grass in Florida, and so I kind of came here and did that. And I started finding that, like, if I just reeled a trap, I wouldn't get bit, man. Yeah. And, like, even in open water, I had to lift and drop, like, on those river bars and stuff like that. And it was crazy because they react to it even though you're not hitting or ripping off of anything. So that's a really good tip. So, Paul, you talked about, like, some jig fishing. And I love dragging. Like, everything except a Carolina rig. But I know Paul loves a Carolina rig. But let's go take a look at some of these jigs that you recommend.
Okay. All right. And I got one more thing I want y'all to say that we just got in. We start right here with the tight line jigs. This is a very, very popular jig around here. It's made local. Your Guntersville special is a good one. Your black and blues.
What's Guntersville special?
Guntersville special is going to be, let me find it, right there. That's the Guntersville special jig.
That's almost like an okeechobee crawl
kind
of
deal.
It is.
Very, very close. Very close. And so you can trail it with something and then go with it, because we got the skirts here. If you've got a favorite color jig, you got your skirts that you can put on. You go on down, you got your talon jigs, falls into DNL. DNL's become a very, very good jig to throw.
Does it matter what head's on these, or is it pretty much like an arky or a football, or Because you're dragging like wood shell pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
so that would be more or less the football.
Footballs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you get into the grass, you can change to your heavy weighted grass jig. Or it ain't got to really be heavy.
Really?
Just throw it, let it go down, ease it up, through it, pop it up.
Really?
Just find out what they want. 'Cause,
right.
you know, they want something different every day. Every day. It's something you can't go back and do it the same.
I hate that about this lake. So you got to have a mix of heads, pretty much, is what you're saying, and then trailers. Like I assume we're fishing pretty much dark color jigs and stuff like that. So trailers, dark trailers, craw trailers. Mm-hmm. Do you find that like you want, as we get with cooler water temperatures, the appendages like have less movement?
Yes.
What do you use when you like? What's an example of a trailer you'd use that have less kind of movement?
Well, let's go over here and just look at some of them.
All right.
Just a little bit of action. You know, it's sort of, if it lays there, it's just dead.
Yeah, that'd be pretty subtle for a jig head,
Exactly.
just like an old school chunk kind of deal.
Now, another thing that you can throw in there is going to be your Cincos. The 5-inch Ace with Gambler is a very, very good choice. You can use your black and blues. You can throw them you can do them weightless. Mm-hmm. You can do them wacky rig. You can do them whichever way you want. And if you get something to blow up on it, throw something like this right in behind it, and a lot of times you'll get them.
Because the spook bite gets good too, like in winter when it warms up and stuff like that. So it's a good follow-up. Interesting.
So just go with that size right here. Here's the Big Easy. You know, we've got these things here. That's going to be a good color on your A-rig.
I'm actually going to buy some of those from him because I need some more. All right, Paul's got something new. He's got something sneaky for us. We're probably going to have to buy some of these too. What you got? What you got? Oh, I'm getting with your customers, dude. What you talking about? Oh, son. What are these? Dude. Whoa. Check that out, bro. What?
Now, when you throw these out, this one's not made yet. He's going to make it for us, and we're going to introduce it as soon as he gets it done. But it's Tackle HD. It's very new. He's got the heads here that stand up. You can just about put whatever you want on here, and it'll stand up. When you throw, I'm going to use this because it's bigger.
Yeah.
All right. We don't have this one. We got this size, and we got the small size.
But you will have the Magnum.
We are going to have, see the little one right there?
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can see what they've got there. When you throw it and it hits the water, it's going to hit and stand up just like that right there with the claws, straight up. As you pull it, you can pull it and you can see how it'll go across with a mussel bed. And then let's say you want to give it a little yank, it'll come up and come right back down like that right there.
It's almost like a Ned deal, kind of almost like kind of.
And it'll just sit there, just like that right there.
That's bad.
And I seen that at the show, and I walked by it 3 or 4 times, and finally I said, I'm going to talk to him. Well, I ended up talking to him for over 2 hours.
Really?
And they are super folks. They've got something that I think is, you can't get any more real than what this is. They have their hooks to whereas, as long as you go right through that where it comes down, that's the right size hook for it.
Yeah.
So you can't screw nothing up. I mean,
that's important for people like us, dude.
Exactly.
That is
so
cool.
You know, it's pretty neat.
And that'll be something probably, you know, we'll probably talk about that in spring because for sight fishing, dude, with an open hook that
go
stands
down here
up
to
on
Brown's
the bed.
Creek and throw that big boy off them rocks and see what happens.
That is
Wilson and Peakweed.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too.
That's what I bought them for.
For Wilson, yes.
Yeah.
Go down at the dam. Oh, a little Coosa?
Spots.
Have you thrown these things yet?
I have not. These are just what I stole from the well, I told him I was going to steal this one, or he was going to give it to me. So he gave it to me, so I didn't have to steal it. So then he gave me these to show people, and we just got them in yesterday.
And they already selling. We just get them out of the box.
We've already sold like 11 packs of them.
Really?
And they hadn't been here. We hadn't even advertised anything other than people just coming in.
Yeah. Well,
so
and I
I'm
think
real
they sell
excited over this right here
too.
because it's nice. You can see how the tail fits over the jig head.
Yeah.
It's perfect. The hook fits it.
That is raw. Paul, those are super cool, and I gotta spend some money. So I gotta buy an A-rig, freaking some crazy like HD, XD, HD, tackle HD craws. These guys, they come in like a little blister pack like that. But that's awesome. We got to get out to fishing. Paul, thanks for the tips, man. I'm gonna get out there and see if we can't catch some of those Guntersville bass with some of these lures, and definitely stop in at a GTO. But we need to GTO because freaking I want to go catch some fish. Just come in and hang out.
Have fun. Bring
get
your
a fishing
family, bring
report.
your kids. We got suckers. If you're a big
And
kid,
barbecue.
we'll give you a sucker.
There's barbecue over there. But I gotta go. fish on. I'm gonna feel for the big one. Guess we got out the jerkbait because the water got super duper flat. Well, I guess old Paul was right. We just had to get a little more subtle. But it's definitely all about bait. Look at that. That's like a 4-pounder. Nice. Oh guys, Paul was right. Look at that. It's a nice like 3.5-pounder. Look how fat they are. Like little head, fat body. Caught her on a mega bass jerkbait. Let me put her down. But it's exactly what Paul was talking about. See you later, bro. How about that? But exactly what Paul was talking about. You know, these fish are on bait. The water got a little bit flat out here, so I went to something a little more subtle. Just a little mega bass jerkbait. This guy right here, and you're mimicking, you know, the shad. And I'm just twitching it. I'm on kind of like a little rock cut. It flattens out a little bit here, and we got a point coming off. Let's see if we can catch some more. What? Are you kidding me? Caught a freaking shiner. Dude, I should put this on a hook. I didn't even know there were shiners in here. I feel like I'm back in Florida. That's freaking crazy. Bye, shiner. Go get eaten. God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. No way. Not good. Not good at all. Not good. Not good at all. There she is. That might be a big one too. Once again, guys, the jerkbait coming through. We got a storm that's coming up and through. I've been throwing this A-rig to this point. Oh, that's a nice one, dude. That's a nice one. We're gonna need the net because she's only got one hook. And there might be some more. You gotta be careful on these mega bass jerkbaits. They have awesome hooks, but they're super duper like light and just made for the jerkbait to keep it balanced. So you gotta take your time here. Come on. Gotcha. How about them apples, guys? It's a nice 4-pounder. That is a nice 4-pounder. That jerkbait's been the hot ticket. Check out that girl. Dude, they're so fat this time of year because they're eating all these shad. Dude, that mega bass, that bog's about stiff. It's a real light rod, 12-pound fluorocarbon. Let's let her go. I really thought we'd be catching a lot more on this joker. But even with this storm coming through and the cloud cover kicking in, it's probably gonna kick us off the water. But Paul was right on, man. It's all about bait. It's all about shad. Find a point with some birds. Find something, you know, where you see that bait. You're marking it on the graph just like this, and you can see it kind of like drifting around, and you'll find the bass. That's one under the boat, literally. It's been all about the pause. Just kind of almost making it flick, you know, jerk it a few times, make it move, and then just let it sit for a second. Not too long. You don't want to get a really good look at it, but it's kind of the same deal, you know. It's a little more subtle, but it's still a hard bait. It's still kind of a reaction bait. There she is. It's all about that pause, guys. Once again, just the mega bass, and these fish are kind of like schooling a little, and friggin', they're not giants, but they're just eating this bait, and you'd think you need to move it super duper fast, but lo and behold, they want that bait paused, and that's really the trick. Oh dear. If that's a bass, that's a giant. That's a bass. The school just lit up, boys. And there's more. Oh, I thought you was a lot bigger than that. That's a nice one. It's funny how they just like totally just stop moving when... Nice fish. Got him. Just want to stay off him. That's a little lucky craft. what is it, the gunfish, the little tiny gunfish. Saw these guys schooling. Threw that jerkbait at them for a second, they wouldn't eat it. Oh, that's a decent fish. It ain't giant, but that's a solid one. Get one. I'm gonna get him in here and get back up. Dude, they're so freaking fat. Like, just look at that. That's a freaking 1.5 pounds, but like the body is just so ginormous. It's just crazy how fat these jokers are, like this time of year. Like, look how broad that fish is. That fish is probably like 14.5 inches. Super freaking short and just fat. Later. That's a good one. Unless you got it. Nice one. Dude, just letting it sit again. All right, Bog, just gotta let that bait sit. I love this jerkbait. It's also really important, you gotta have a really light rod. This is like a 610 medium. You just want something that's nice and soft that really allows them to eat the bait. Come here, bud. Yeah, I know you don't want to come in my boat. Come here, Biles. Dude, just look how fat they are. Like, isn't that the craziest thing? We're gonna wrap this thing up. Always remember to bring your rain suit, because I didn't. Paul, you didn't bring your rain suit either. Stop in by GTO, say hi to Paul for me. Grab some baits for this cold water kind of winter transition. It's a great time of year to fish. You catch some big ones. Caught a couple good ones today, nothing giant. But dude, I will be back. I'll have my A-rig ready. I'll have my mega bass ready. I'll have my chatterbait ready. And we're gonna slam. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I'm gonna try to get dry, get warm, but we are checking out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace.